Let's hope I have enough storage for this. All right. Oh, wait. I forget I don't edit these. Hey. Last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, it was, what was it? A water bottle? No, face wash. Today, it's shaving cream. When will she get a mic? I don't know. But welcome to episode 2 of me talking about books. I hope you guys liked the first episode. I like doing these. Only made one video. Alright. But listen, we have something to talk about. What just happened? We have some things to talk about. Alright. Last week we went over some hockey drama. We went over Liz Tomford, and then we also went over some fan casting. This time we're gonna take a turn. No, because I actually love that man. If you guys haven't seen the TikToks of that man, when he's like, he kind of looks like my tutor. Guys, college is not going well. If I could, I would like to just rant a little bit. Basically, something happened at my school. People were scared to go to my school, and I had a presentation this morning at 7:50 in the morning, right? But you know, me and my friend were talking. We're like, do you feel comfortable going to school? And also, I sat in a chair for 9 hours to get my hair done, and I come back home. It's like 10 o'clock. Nothing's packed. I had break. My stuff's all over the floor. I'm just not gonna go. Like, I turned in the presentation and I emailed my teacher, and he says that my presentation is going to reflect in my score. So there's no presentation being done, so it's giving maybe C. Honestly, that's fine. Anyway, but I just finished. Okay, can I get my thoughts in order? I just finished Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's right here. You're stupid. I just finished. And it was really good. I rated a 4.5, or 4.5, I think. Yeah. And I have a dedicated reading vlog. I think it came out last week, so if you want to, go check it out. But I saw that they had discussion questions at the end of the book. So I was like, you know what? I should answer them. Like, this would be so much fun. I also had another thing I wanted to talk about, because I saw TikTok about my best friend's wedding, and it gave me this idea of like there was like a period of time in like the 90s and the early 2000s where movies just didn't have any morals. Like, literally, characters would do the most like shadiest shit. Like, I'm like, what? So I have a list of movies. Let me list them before I forget them. What else? Borrowed. And there was another one, and I'm forgetting it. Best Friend's Wedding, I think. So I don't know if I'll have time to dive into that, because I do want to make this Evelyn Hugo video. So let's do that first, and then we can see if we can get into the movies. So there's some discussion questions. There's only gonna be, I didn't choose all of them. I chose the ones that I feel like I could really expand on. So let's get started. All right. Something I want to do in the beginning of episodes is do like book of the week, and then like book that I'm currently reading. You might be like, isn't that the same thing? No, not really. So the book I'm currently reading right now is Before We Were Strangers. It's back there. Guys, I don't know if you can see it. It's back there. I'm on page 15. And then book of the week, I don't know what I should do for book of the week. Like, the book I'm most excited for, I guess book of the week is Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. There you go. All right. So we're going to start off with the first discussion question. All right. These are not in order of the discussion questions. If you're like trying to look for this, I picked and chose stuff to answer. Anyway, let's get started. Okay. So each husband's section opens up with an illustrative moniker. Girl, I've never used that word. For example, poor Ernie Diaz, goddamn John Adler, agreeable Robert Jameson. Discuss the meaning and significance of these descriptions. How did they set up the tone for the section that follows? Did you read these characterizations coming from Evelyn, Monique, omniscient narrator, or someone else? So I thought that, Like Clever Rex North. I thought that was coming from Evelyn talking to Monique about, you know, her husband, right? And it really just sets up a tone for the book, or sets the tone for that specific section. So we kind of get like a preamble, if you will, to what this husband's going to encompass. For example, I wrote down, like, I didn't get bad vibes when I read Clever Rex North, like when I read that like section title. But I did get bad vibes when I read Goddamn Don Adler. So you know what I mean? And then that kind of just like represents what ends up happening at the end of each section. So I really enjoyed that, and I think it really helped. Thanks, Taylor. Of the 7 husbands, who was your favorite and why? Who surprised you the most? I'm excited to answer this. Harry was my favorite. Harry was my favorite husband. He's my favorite character. I have nothing bad to say about that man. He was one of the most genuine people in Evelyn's life, and he was with her from the very beginning to the end, and he was just everything that she needed during that time. You know, like, he was there to make her feel better, to check on her, fuel her up, hype her up. He was her hype man, and they even like went into business together. And yeah. I also would like to mention that Evelyn wasn't really even there for a lot of people except Harry, Celia, and Connor, right? And I think that's what makes her relationship with Harry so special, is because she reciprocates that same like behavior and the same things that he does to her, like check up on her, make sure he's okay, hang out with her, just support her, like being a good friend. She reciprocates that behavior as well. And I think because she does it so not as often, and a lot of her relationships and her connections are calculated and meant to just benefit her, I think having this genuine person in her life, I don't know, makes me amples them up more, makes me like them more, I guess. Oh yeah, guys, I made such a good point. So I'm gonna read it off so I don't get anything mixed up. So with Celia in their fights, it was always sort of immature. Like, why are you guys being petty and dramatic when all you have to do is talk it out? With Harry, Evelyn would talk things out with him, come back to it later, and was willing to revise the plan if something wasn't working, ask his opinion on something. Why couldn't she do that with Celia? I'm listening. Like when they were ready to move to the beach, Celia and her, like when they were older, and she asked Harry, like, how do you feel about that? And he was like, I don't think I can leave because I have this man that I'm in love with. And she was like, okay, let's sit down, let's talk about this, let's take a break, we'll come back to it. Why couldn't she do that with Celia? Like, I feel like she could have had the life she wanted with Celia if these two would have just talked it out. If y'all weren't so destined to run away from each other, y'all could have sat this out, talked it out, and been together. Like, but I feel like it wasn't even because she was older that she was willing to like think things out. Like, from the beginning with Harry, she was like a good person. Like, she never did Harry wrong, in my opinion. And neither has he. So, what? Maybe it's just like the love. I don't know. And he's also amazing because he married her and had a baby. Wow. And when he was like, I can't love you the way a husband should love his wife, but I still have love for you. Like, their bond is so unique and special and can't be reciprocated. It probably could, but yeah. I just love how much they respected each other and cared for one another, especially when especially when Connor came into the picture. And those like first few, I think it was weeks or months that they had Connor, it was just Harry, Evelyn, and the baby. babe, I wanted that to just be the end of the book. Hey, can that actually be the end of the book? Hey, can their story end there? We don't need Celia, low key. Because why is Celia gonna like make shitty ass breakfast and then be like, that's my girl? That's my girl. Girl, you made shitty ass oatmeal and you think this is you showing Harry that I'm yours? Get the fuck out of here. Like, we're right here. Like, I'm sticking with Harry. I don't even care that, like, he's not even sexually attracted to a woman. Like, why is he a better partner than Celia? Who said that? Oh, then I said the most surprising was Rex North, because I definitely thought he was going to be taking advantage of her, and especially that like first few pages, I think he was drunk. They had come back from somewhere and he was just like, just imagine like you and me. Just imagine what it would feel like. And she was just like, no. I was like, we're gonna have another Don Adler. We're gonna have another, but we didn't, thank God. Thank you. But then I was also surprised by Don's behavior at the end of the book, because I didn't expect this man to change. And then also she called him up at the end because, you know, she covered up a murder and she had to get that guy a job, and she called him Don. He was like, yeah, so I need a favor. And he was just like, anything. And he literally made it happen. Are we serious, Don? Like, come on. Okay. Next question. What role do the news, tabloid, and blog articles interspersed throughout the book serve in the narrative? What, if anything, do we learn about Evelyn's relationship to the outside world for them? So I actually really like this aspect of the book. I love seeing the different articles, and I think it just represented what they do in real life, which is we're not a part of that celebrity circle, right? I don't know what Zendaya's up to. The only reason we know what she's up to is because of blogs like Daily Mail, Dumas, TMZ, stuff like that. Since the majority of us aren't in that circle, would we take basically whatever those news articles say, we kind of take it for what it is, and it's also up to the person to decide if they want to believe what they're reading, right? And then also, it was clear, like also how some blog articles in real life, there was some clear bias between some of the articles in the book. Like Sub Rosa definitely had this shady bias against Evelyn. Like, I don't know what she did to them. Like, I was thinking, is Sub Rosa like connected to Sunset Studios in some way? That's why they hate her. But they were always saying something shady. And then Photo Moment, which was like another article in the book, they gave basically just like more general news about Evelyn and just like news in general. I'm like, girl. But then I really like this part because, and this is why I also really like celebrity books, I guess, is because we get the inside scoop. We are a part of the circle. We know the truth. So when I was reading some of the articles and they just said, like, especially Sub Rosa, they said something and I was just like, that's not even close to the truth. That's not even half of it. You have no idea what's going on. And it just makes you think, like, this is what celebrities are thinking. This is what they're thinking. Like, y'all don't know the half of it. And then it also, like, is upsetting because you would be like, if someone was saying I was doing something when I'm not and call me things that I'm not, I would be like, what? Why are you tarnishing my name for? Like, you're sick. You're sick and disgusting and twisted. So I understand from, like, the celebrity's point of view, like, how frustrating that could be. And yeah, I really, really like this aspect of the book because it gives us the inside scoop. Thank you. I love that. Hey. Oh. Why is it this weird break? Who did that? So basically, this next one is really long. Oh, what is your favorite piece of advice from Evelyn? So I really like, I think being yourself, your true self, is always going to feel like you're swimming upstream. This is why. Okay, right? This is the best piece of advice because when you're not being your true self, when you're not showing your true self to the world, it's going to feel like a facade. It's going to feel like you're putting on a show. And then there's never going to be pushback from the public or the people that are surrounding you because you're giving in to what they want you to be, right? But it's only when you really show who you really are and you start diving into what feels true to you that there's going to be pushback, because who you really are isn't going to succumb to what the majority wants you to be. There's going to be pushback because you're being different. You're being who you really are, right? So saying you're going to be swimming upstream, when you're swimming upstream, there's going to be a current, right? And it's going to be pushing you back, and you have to fight. You have to fight, treading water through the current. That's the same exact thing as being your true self, because you got to fight through the people to get past the people, to get past them pushing you back. Why did Taylor eat with that line? God. And then this goes into me thinking that this was Evelyn's biggest flaw. Her caring too much about what people thought of her. Her caring about other people's perception, and her putting that in as her most important priority. So much so that she got lost in herself, and she was making sacrifices that ultimately ended up ruining her relationships and shit that she cared about. Like, are we serious? Because she let people that didn't matter, or at least it mattered to her, but honestly, people that didn't matter dictate her life. And like, she got married, she had sex, sacrificed her love life, her personal life, just so she could paint a picture of what people wanted to see. And at the end of the book, I think she said she didn't even like acting. She only liked the ego and the fame, I guess. So it's just like, is this really worth it? I don't know. And the worst piece of advice, when she said nobody deserves anything, girl, what? You're wrong. See, I never said she was perfect. In what ways does her relationship to her Cuban identity parallel her experiences with her sexuality? In what ways does it differ? So I said that her Cuban identity and her sexuality are tied together because she hides both of them. She doesn't want people to know she's Cuban because that's going to throw off the persona that she's trying to put on. And then her sexuality, of course, girl could literally die. Girl could literally get killed for wanting the box. Like, are we serious? Like, come on. But I did I don't know, as she got older, she let herself be herself, and you could just tell that she was just so, she felt free. You could tell that from the book, and I'm happy. I'm happy for her. I love that for her. This is going to be the last one. If you could meet and interview one celebrity at the end of their life, who would it be and what would you ask them? So I have 3. This is the ones I could think about, guys, okay? So we have Miley Cyrus, Pamela Anderson, and Meghan Markle. Walk with me. I chose these 3 girls because they all have been through so much in their lives. And I would just love to know the inside scoop. First of all, Miley Cyrus. I've been growing up with this woman. I've been listening to her music, watching everything she's done, watched her music videos. Like, literally, I've grown up with her. Specifically, after Hannah Montana, when she went to her banger phase, cut her hair, was just... we know what was growing up. There was a tad bit of cultural appropriation there. There was a tad bit of cultural appropriation. And people did not like her, for twerking on stage and stuff like that, sticking out her tongue. People didn't like that because she wasn't, again, succumbing to what the people wanted, because people want her to stay this Disney kid-friendly girl. She's 21. And this is the thing that really gets me mad. People are acting like they weren't doing the same things that she was doing at their age. Why are you pretending like you've never drank, partied, made some mistakes, been a little crazy? It's just the fact that you didn't have this kid-friendly sticker placed over you for millions of people to see. Your shit wasn't broadcasted like her. And whatchamacallit? I think that's it. Yeah. That's sick. And then she released a song called Used to Be Young, really good song. And she did a little series, like a TikTok series about her life, I guess. And you look back on it and just like some of the stuff that was like labeled as crazy, and you're just like, that's literally normal. That's literally normal. Like, if anything, she was ahead of the time. Like, some of the outfits she would wear, people would be like, what the fuck? Bitch, there's people out here, like, wearing bras and, like mini skirts now. Like, and, like, that's normal. That's what the culture of fashion is right now. Like, it makes me so upset. And I would be so upset if I was her. I was like, I'm literally just being, like, a normal 21-year-old, and people are hating. Oh, my God. Meghan Markle. So how does it feel going from normal girl to actress to being a part of the royal family to then leave the royal family? I would have so many questions. I would just, I don't even want to broadcast the questions, guys. I don't even need to like write a book. I don't need to do an article. I don't need to do a documentary series. I just want to know everything. Like, just pretend like I'm your friend. I'll sign the NDA. I'll take anything, honestly. I want to know. That has to be crazy. But I do know that she was like depressed and suicidal. So like, explain, tell me. I'm your therapist. And then I chose Pamela because she just had so much discourse around her, and I know she has the book out and she did her documentary. So I feel like there's no need. I feel like it might already like answer some questions that I have. And it's crazy that like I want to interview her, but I haven't read I haven't read her book or watched her documentary. Do you actually want to interview her? But no, but I would just want to know, like, hey, what the fuck? What happened? And yeah, that's gonna be all my questions. I hope that was fun for you. Maybe you could think about some of the questions if you read the book. And then we have the movies, guys. This video is already reaching kind of the limit that I want it to be. You know, I only do this for like 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. And I could really dissect some of these movies. So I might do like a dedicated like video about these movies, because these make my blood boil with how like deranged and unhuman like some of these decisions that these characters made were. Like, are you sane in the membrane, babe? Like, come on. But yeah, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Episode 2. Yeah, we'll talk about Evelyn Hugo. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. I think that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you have anything you want to talk about. Let me know. Let me know if you have anything you want me to talk about, or if you want to talk, like, you can talk too. And then also let me know if you want more of these. I don't know what I was trying to say, but hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good life, and I'll see you guys in the next one.